We're in the middle of a global and national emergency, a pandemic, the likes of which none of us has seen before. It will mean avoiding unnecessary journeys, shopping online from local businesses, and getting things delivered rather than physically going to the premises.
Paul O'Brien, Ballyfermot GAA Club. I suppose our aspirations from a kid's point of view was just to get the kids we had onto the field playing competitive matches, and then hopefully encourage more younger people to come along and join, and particularly at the younger age, and in our Bear Club age between 3 to 5 year old, with all the plans set in place and the big drive was done, our numbers had been high, and then all of a sudden then the brakes was put on everything. Like initially, like anybody, no one seemed to know what was going to happen, how long it was going to be for, but I think after a number of weeks, I think the realisation kicked in that this wasn't going away anytime soon. Ourselves as a club, we got involved with the local partnership doing the food banks, and we had a number of guys available through obviously being out of work due to the circumstances, and with a couple of lads on shift, so we threw it out there to the group who was available, and we got a good response from our lads, so it kind of gave us a sense of something to look forward to during the week, because as the weeks went on, it got harder to get through the days and to even know what day it was. And all of a sudden we found ourselves with 1 or 2 days a week where you knew what day of the week it was, because you were going off doing this kind of stuff, you know. Ourselves in Ballyfermot, we were involved in looking after the school lunches mainly on a Wednesday, and on a Thursday then we the crew lads looking after the elderly and that. It was actually, for ourselves personally, as individually, I think it gave us a bit of a break from the whole lockdown situation, being sitting at home. But I think on the bigger scale, from a club point of view, we were lucky enough that we were able to stay in contact with a lot of the kids and be familiar in the community, because we were out and about, seeing some of the kids that we would see on a regular basis. That wasn't going to happen through football. We were still seeing a lot of them as we were delivering around the area. That was good. I think even the parents then, you know, we see a lot of the parents who will be involved with the club will probably see us more in a different light as those coaches, and to see them on a regular basis, and even the small chat at the door, I think it went a long way for both us and the parents. Before start, we kind of kept to ourselves. Then as the weeks go on, you see various different groups around doing similar stuff for different schools in different parts of the area. Before you know, it became a regular thing, and before you know it's such a body's name. And even as things have kind of loosened up, then after that, then you find yourself giving the same nod to the same fella, even though you're not doing food deliveries. But there's an acknowledgement there. Maybe there's them lads there that were doing that bit as well, you know. We made a conscious rule actually. Anytime we were going out delivering, that we all had to have club gear on. It was important to keep our identity, where there was a community push, but it was important to keep our own identity as a club. So we always had club gear on, and you'd see the little fella at the door, that's my coach, you know, or that's Paul, the fella from the school, you know. So it was quite good that way, but it was also very important from the club point of view that was what we done.
My name is Pat Cullen. I'm involved with Chapelizod Boxing Club, and I also work for the Wad Youth Project here in Chapelizod, and for the North Centre Football Club as well. Well, last year when we done a count, we had between 80 and 100 members in 2019. They come here Monday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, They go out boxing over Thursday evening to different clubs. They're back in over Friday, and then we're here Sundays, and then we're out again over Saturday to visit other boxing clubs. So it's basically a 7-day week. The boxing is going probably 5 times on premises and two out. Everything is gone. The field bank. Well, I knew for the field bank up here up in the Archer Centre used to give a hand packing the bags. I said, I'm free. The fan is free. Because basically we're sitting here, though this place was on lockdown. I was in the house making phone calls to the lads. Mind you, the lads was just walking by my house, and they're all local lads anyway, so I could be in contact with them most days. Then I got the phone call off Anne and asked me would I come down and give a hand. I was only too delighted to come down, give me something to do. It's great for your mental health, great for, you know what I mean, just to be getting out of the house. And Anne asked me did I know anyone. So my wife said if we ever needed a hand that she'd volunteer. So then she came on board then for the last couple of weeks then as well with us, yeah. I was actually very thankful that I could give a hand. Meeting, like, I thought it was great for myself to meet people, like, you know what I mean? And I always think, when you meet a stranger for the first time, I think it's actually good for them as well. It also brings up a sense of community, doesn't it? Like, you know what I mean? And strengthens communities, like, you know what I mean? And probably the biggest thing as well is networking. People I haven't met, and you're with them a couple of days a week maybe, like, you know what I mean? You see them totally different, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute. A lot of our kids, especially our younger kids in the boxing club, it was a lot of their families actually we were delivering to. And it was actually great to meet some elderly people, because I mean, some of them just wanted to chat. You could spend there 5 minutes nearly talking to them, or maybe longer sometimes, like, you know what I mean? But that was really nice, and it was really good that on some days when we got the phone and say, please knock on the door, see how Annie is or Mrs. McCall, whoever it was. I think that was actually brilliant, and I honestly believe if that part could actually go on, I think everyone pulling together. And like, I'm living in Chapelizod for over 30 odd years, like, you know what I mean? And we have our problems, I know we have our problems, but there is a great sense of a community up here. And people always pull together.